Hello, welcome. In this video, we are going to learn about while loop. So why we will use while loop, everything I will explain in this video. So let's begin. So here if you will see what integration I am going to develop is that. So I will create one integration in which integration as a request payload, I will ask a one value from user. Suppose user given value number as a 5 in request payload. And what we have to do is that in our integration we have to generate a response in such a way that so that it will return back the result as a table of the number. So here you can see user will provide the number 5 and we will generate the table for that number. So whenever we are saying it we have to generate table, it means that we have to do multiplication on this number for the 10th time, like starting from 1 to 10. So that kind of things we have to perform here, right? That kind of logic we have to perform. Even we can do the logic like we can add logic something like that. So we can add value, and here we can do something like that 5 star into star is 1, something like that. So that kind of response we are going to return something like that. Okay, so next time it will be 2, next time it will be 3, like that, so that it can be identified that the value of 5, 10, 15 is like corresponding of the 5 into 2, 5 into something 1, 3, something like that. So we have to generate that one. So for generating that one, if you will see, we have to use two approaches, two element here in this creating the integration for that. So first will be the append operation we have to use, so that each and every time we can append that kind of values in response payload. And second, we have to use that while loop. So based on the while loop we can iterate this process 10 times, right, with the help of loop only, while loop. So let's begin. So here, as this is our response payload, so I will just give, as it is only sample values, so I will just provide 3 only. It's not mandatory to provide all these things. So it will be an like so on 5, 10, 15, 20, something like that. So here this is our request payload. So let's begin for the integration. So for creating the integration, I will click here. As I am going to say, add request and response payload, I will use application, give the name as xx while loop for table integration, create. And as we have to configure request and response payload, we required rest endpoint. So I will use rest here. Here we have to provide the name, so I will give as start rest. And next here we have to provide the URI. I will use as table, and I will select pose, as we have to configure request and response both. That's why I selected endpoint of method as a post, and I will tick here so that it can be the request and response payload. Next. And here in request payload I have already created sample file for sample for request payload. So you can see this is our request, sample request, and okay. And once I will go next, here we have to provide the response, and the response will be something like that. Here this will be the response, so I will use this response. So here I will select the value as JSON sample, okay, and next. Everything is done. So here you can see we added the rest endpoint so that we can configure the request and the response payload here, right? So now it's time to iterate the loop. So we have to iterate the loop 10 times. For making the condition that the loop will iterate 10 times, we require one variable. So I will create one variable named as I. I will use var underscore I, and I will start this value from 1, so that each and every time whenever loop will execute, I will update that the variable of value of this variable, right? So now it's time to add the while loop. For adding the while loop, we have the while here. I will drag the while from here. Sorry. So I will drag this while here, and once I will drag the value here, it will ask the condition. So what condition we require? This is the var I. So we require to run this loop till this I will be 10. So right now I is 1. So each and every time whenever loop will execute, I will increment the value of I and will do the operation inside that one. So right now value is of that I is 1. So I will do the operation like is less than 10, less than equals to 10. So this loop will run until var of I value will be less than equals to 10. So end of the time, like whenever it will increase the value 10 to 11, this loop condition will be false and while loop will be terminated. So we have added the condition. Now it's time to add the value, add the logic. So what logic we have to perform? So suppose this is our value response, right? We have to generate the response. So how we can generate the response? Here you can see we have the concept of appending, and that what appending. So you can see this is our first value, this is our one value, right? This is our one value, and the 5 into 1, right? And the second value we have as 5 10, right? 5 into 2. So here you can see this 5 will be the value coming from the request payload, and this 1 2 will be the value of the variable I, right? So and that kind of things we have to concatenate each and every time, we have to append. So first we have to create one variable, that variable can store that kind of data type, this type of data type, so that we can do the append operation. And in last we have to create one other variable that will be the response data type, so that we can append these values, all these value inside that only, right? So for that we have to create global variable. So let's move and first create the global variable. So here you can see I will give the name as this one as a value, and this will be the array, this one will be the value, and this will be the array of values. I will give the name something like that. So I will give gvar underscore value, and the type will be object, and what kind of value it will be. So here we have the response payload. So if you will expand the response, here you can see in the response wrapper we have this response data, right? So I will drag this response data, so that the data type we successfully able to create the data type. What kind of data type? We successfully able to create this type of data type, right? And given the name of this data type variable as g var underscore value. So this is our variable, we created that kind of a structure. Now we have to create one array variable for the same. We have to create array for this variable, right? So we have already sample array as response data, so I will use that one. So we have to create another global variable. So I will use another, give the name as gvar underscore value underscore array. That will be the array, and here I will select object, and what will be the type? So I will select type as response, and this will be the response wrapper, because in the response wrapper only we have the array element, right? Inside this response data we don't have array element. Inside the response data we have only two value, table and value, but inside the response wrapper we have the array element, that is response data. So here this is our simple values, gvar values, and this is our array of gvar values, right? So here you can see this is response wrapper, and this is the simple response data. So this is the response data of the simple value, and this all are the response, all are the array values. So now we successfully able to create the global variable. Now it's time to add the first it's time to add the value, these values, right? Generate these values. So then after we will concatenate or append this value into that our array element, right? So that it will be something like that, right? That kind of things. So let's begin. So here if I will move here, what we have to do for adding the value in the global variable or appending the value, we require data stitch. So here we will add data stitch concept. In the data stitch, first what we need to do is that first we need to select the single value. So here we have gvar. So once I will explain the gvar, you can see this is the response data. Inside gvar, in the response data we have two things, table and values. So what values we have to add? So inside that I will use table, right? So here for table values, so in table what kind of value we have? In table we have value as 5 10 15. So from where it's coming from that the, if you will see it coming from that the I, the variable we have where I into the variable value we are getting from the request wrapper, the number, right? This one request payload, inside that we have the number. So here this will be where right now the first, whenever the loop will iterate, first time the where I value will be 1 into the 5 we getting in the request payload. It will be the 5, and 5 will be assigned to this table, right? Table. And now it's time to add another value. So another value, again I will go for this one. Now this time is values, and inside value what we have to concatenate? We have to concatenate, you can see that 5 in star 2. So 5 is coming from, so for that here we have to use concate function, concate function, so that we can concate multiple values. So it will be concate, and the first we have to concate as the value we are getting from request payload. So this will be the number, and the second value will be this star, right? A star known as the multiple operation. So inside this single quotes only I will provide the star. This will be a string values, and the next value will be the I value, right? So here I have to drag this I. So now we added the value, and here once I will click here, you can see what is the value. Concat number star I, it will show 5 into 1, something like that. Next time when I loop will iterate, I will add one more value so that we can update the value of that where I, so that next time will be number the value 5 into where is 2, it will be 2. So now done. So we added the logic, and now we have to add the logic to append this value into the array, append this value into the array so that it can generate the response. For that, again if I will click here, so these two are the value, and now it's time to add this value, is this variable value in, append this variable value into array. So now once I will expand here, here you can see we have var array. Once I will expand this var array ask data as response wrapper, and here response wrapper you can see we have that kind of the response data. So this response data we have in that value only, so I will drag here, you can see response data. So now we added that one, the response wrapper. Instead of equals I have to append, right? So I will select append, so that each and every time this value, each and every time this value will be appended to the response, something like that, right? So now done, we have added all this value. So why we are getting error, let me correct it. So sorry, in the response wrapper, if I will go array, inside that array, here this is our data, and in this data, instead of that one, we have to, in this data we have to append. Now once I will go outside, our data like error is resolved. So now it's time to update the variable of the, update the value of this I variable. So now here after adding or appending the result, I will use assign to update the local variable values. So here in the assign I will use update loop var underscore assign, and what we have to assign, we have to update the value of the var variable where I will be var I plus 1. So this is the operation we are going to perform, so that the first time var I will be 1, it will do the start the loop, it will append the value in the result, create the that kind of format. After that it will update the value where I value 1 to 2, again it will move and repeat the same process. And now once this loop will executed, we will have the value as an array, and we have to map this array as a response. So I will click here in the mapper, and once I will go to the response wrapper, inside the response wrapper we have response data is the array element and these two values, and the same we have here in the array, you can see gvar array. Once I will expand gvar array, you can see response wrapper, inside the response wrapper we have response data, and here we have these two values. I will map this response data here, and now I will map this table to table, and now I will map these values to values, and done. So we have mapped all these things, right? And go back. So here you can see how we identify that we have the loop, right? Even if you will see in the log message, I can print the value of I. So let me add one log message here. In a starting only I will add the logger, and here give the name as logger of name as where I, where underscore I underscore logger, and I will print the value as I. So where I values I will print here, right? Save, right? So each and every time it will first print the value of I, it will generate the result, and then it will update the value of I, right? So now go to back. So you can see we have draft status in our integration, as whenever we are creating integration we have to add the business identifier. So I will just add the business identifier as a value, whatever value we are getting as a request payload. So now everything is fine, you can see configure. I will do the save, and then I will back. I will activate the integration. Once the integration is activated, we have to run the integration. So here you can see it's activated. I will move to the run part, and here in body we are passing value as 5, and in result we will get the data. So once I will click on the run, you can see in the response we are getting the same value. If I will make a copy of this response, Here you can see the what value we are getting values like that. You can see response table 5. What is the value? 5 asterisk 1, 5 into 5. Now 10, 5 into 2, 15, 5 into 3, 20, 5 into 4, something like that. We got the till 10, right? If suppose I want to get these values till 20, what we need to do is that we need to update the loop, right? So update the variable condition, loop condition. Here you can see this is the where while I we added the while. If you will expand, you can see how much time it this while loop iterate. You can see the 10 times this while loop iterated. You can see here 10 times. So once you will expand this one, right here you can see the iteration 1, iteration 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. And once I will expand here, you can see in the first iteration what we have done. First we added the logger. Once you will click here, you can see the value 1. In logger we print the var I variable. Yes, and after the logger we added the switch, and in switch what we have done is that in switch, if you will see, we added the logic to append the message, and in last we updated the assign variable to updated the loop variable. So you can see we updated the var I assign by 2. So that kind of value we added for all these things, right? For all the element and all the point we added the logic. So here you can see stitch 1 2 3. Why it's showing here? Because we added the logic to stitch and add the operations, right? So this is the basic integration. If I will, instead of 5, if I will pass 15 or 3 and 5 anything, it will generate the table of 15. Here you can see in the response. If I will go below, you can see 15, 52 is a 30, 15 3 is a 45, 15 4 is a 60. All these things we are showing here. So this is the basic logic where we implemented the concept of loop and the data state or global variable. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other queries, you can make a comment to that, and don't forget to like the channel videos channel, subscribe the channel. Thank you so much again.